Well, I think the journalists have got to think really hard and really carefully about the security of sources in a digital world. It was, I think, Julian Assange of WikiLeaks who first pointed out that email was certainly very useful to people, but it was also one of the greatest surveillance systems anybody had ever designed. And the revelations by Edward Snowden about what the NSA in the United States and GCHQ have been up to in Britain and other countries as well reminds us of what can be done with the data that has been collected. When the Snowden revelations began, we were told that the bulk collection by the NSA and similar agencies was of what they call metadata. So not the content of an email exchange or a telephone call, but the who had called who, when, and for how long. Now, you don't have to think for very many minutes to realize that that data collected on a gigantic scale equips the authorities to identify journalists' sources very, very easily. You don't need the content of a conversation to know who a journalist is talking to on a regular basis, where it relates to stories which might have been broadcast or published. So metadata, which appears to be being collected on a very big scale indeed, is really quite dangerous to journalists, and journalists are going to have to test it first under the law of their various countries or regions in order to see whether there are any legal protections which can realistically be used to prevent the mass collection of metadata. That, I think, is a very important thing which has got to happen in the near future.